Here's how you make whole wheat English muffins.
To start, we'll pour 2 1/4 cups of whole milk and 2 tablespoons of honey into a small saucepan over low heat.
Whisk until the honey is dissolved and the temperature reaches about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Turn off the heat, add 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, and set aside for 5 minutes or until foamy. After those 5 minutes, add in 4 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter and 1 egg. Mix until well combined. To the bowl of a stand mixer, add 593 grams of whole wheat flour and 1½ teaspoons of salt. Briefly mix with the dough hook attachment on low and then gradually pour in the wet ingredients. Continue to beat on low, making sure to scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl until all the flour is incorporated. Bump up the speed to medium and mix for 4 minutes. The dough will start to pull away from the sides of the bowl a little bit, but it will still be very wet and sticky. Pro tip, use wet or oiled hands when handling it. Pour the dough into a lightly oiled bowl and spray with a little oil on top. Cover with plastic wrap and let rise for 45 minutes or until doubled in size. After your 45-minute rise, turn your dough out onto a lightly floured surface. Feel free to add in more flour and knead the dough a little bit more to help make it less sticky.
Now the easiest way to get equal-sized muffins is with a scale. Measure the entire slab of dough so you know the total weight. Cut your dough in half and then cut each half into 8 pieces. Since we're making 16 English muffins, each dough ball should be about 1/16 of the total weight. In my case, this was about 75 grams per muffin, but don't worry, you don't have to be perfect here. Using the method you see here, we're going to roll each piece into a nice tight ball. Basically, the motion is rotating the dough very quickly between your thumb and middle finger, which creates tension and then tucks it into a seam on the bottom of the ball. Place your dough balls onto a baking sheet covered in parchment paper and a generous dusting of semolina flour. Sprinkle more semolina flour over the tops. Cover with a lint-free towel and let rise for 20 minutes. So what makes English muffins different is you grill them before you bake them, which is what gives them their distinctive shape and coloring. So while my muffins were on their second rise, I preheated my griddle on medium heat and also had my oven preheating to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. A cast iron would also work if you don't have a griddle like I do. We're going to gently place each muffin on the griddle and cook for 2 minutes on each side until lightly browned. I usually do 4 at a time since that's what allows for the most even cook on my griddle. After all your muffins are grilled, place them back on the baking sheet and bake for 15 minutes or until a probe thermometer reads 200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Transfer to a cooling rack and let them cool completely, or you can cheat and have a warm, freshly baked English muffin snack. And just look at how beautiful these are. Highly recommend eating them with eggs, as a nut butter sandwich, toasted with jam and butter, or just as is like I am here. Ugh, so good. Follow for more baked goods.